Balak over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have bookmarks on it. Mi mana afar Yaakov. Who counts the dust of Yaakov? Umispar et Rova Yisrael, and the count of a quarter of Israel. Okay, we're going to see the word Rova. It could mean quarter, or it could mean four times, I think. Okay, we're going to see. The Gemara in Masechet Nida, Daf Lamed Aleph, says, okay, it says Urabot, and also the Midrash, it's in whatever, a few different places. It says, okay,
Wait.
it's Reva Yeshbo Beit Pirushim. You see that?
Yeah.
Reva means two different things. Pirush Echad, Chelik Revi'it. It means a quarter, okay? Look at the Toys voice, okay? And the second one is the word four. So it can mean either a quarter or it can mean four. Why? Because in Israel, is Daled Bechinos. In the Jewish people, you have four things, four levels. As it says in the Pasuk, Lichvodi barativ etzativ afasativ. To my honor, I have created, formed, and I have made. Okay, so that's three. Okay, Bria, Yetzirah, and Asiya is three things. Okay, I know. What's the answer? Well, is it Tzilus? Okay, fine. Let's see. You have Machshava Dibra Maise, thought, speech, and action. Barativ, I created, represents your thoughts. Machshava Shu Yesh Mi'ayin, which thoughts are the aspect of Yesh Mi'ayin. Okay, because why? The source of your thoughts come from a place beyond your thoughts, and therefore your thoughts, like you're getting a stream from a higher place constantly into your thoughts. Sometimes we play the same thoughts over; those are emotions. But if you actually connect to your true machshava, you're gonna get a stream of new from Yesh Mi'ayin. Okay, Yetzarti v'chid dibur. Creation, formation is speech, which is the aspect of a tzura, which is a form. Shemitzayer otiyot, that you form the letters in your thoughts. And then it says af asitiv, I even made. Made is the aspect of the maaseh, the actions. It says in the pasuk, af. So why does it say the word af? Even. I even did. Why is it saying even?
Even formed, I think.
Even did. No, af asitiv. I even did. Asiya is to do, action. Yetzira is more formed, okay? Action is something separate on its own. Which is not this. There's no comparison to speech itself. In relation to your thoughts, that the speech actually forms out the letters that are in your thought. Whatever you are thinking, you are speaking. Okay, which means you can't speak about something you never thought about.
So what's the difference between thought and speech? Oh, because speech you already formed.
Speech is like you're basically taking whatever in your thought and you're forming it.
You're forming it.
Okay?
Actually, there's a shot with the Gemara.
What is that?
If dibur means gemaise, because if you say, let's say Lashon Hara, how you chayav for something which is not master.
Well, that's how we say that speech is a ma'aseh. The question is, what if a person,
Speech is close.
if you have a magid, like the Beit Yosef sitting next door to us, he had a magid, so the magid could say stuff that he never thought of because it wasn't his own. The magid spoke from within his throat. Did you know? Yeah. Okay, now the aspect of Asiya Gashmius, who in its own thing.
In other words, he was like in a state where he would talk, involuntarily, just talking, saying things.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, now he didn't really say it, just like he heard it coming out of his.
Yeah, but
yeah.
Speaking.
Now there's a fourth thing. It's higher than the three. Okay. Fine. Okay. Okay, so in the word af, which means even, there is this fourth aspect that we have, which means we have thought, speech, and action. What's the fourth thing? Who knows? Who wants to guess that?
What do you mean?
Was it? Okay, let's say it is. It says, what is it in you?
Attention.
Maybe, yeah. Okay. Ki af lashon ribui lerabot od davar. Af means to add something
I
new.
think it goes on the maase. There is something.
No, he said asiti was ma'aseh.
Right, but there is something.
Oh, it's related to the ma'aseh. Oh, דבר ש... אין דבר שנבש כאן, והוא הדבר שלמעלה מהשלושה בחינת הללו. It's higher than these three things. Okay. ביר הדבר, הנה צריך להבין. So to understand what this thing that's higher than thought, speech, and action, that we say is the word af, which means even, it's higher than thought, speech, and action. Now we're not going to tell you what it is yet. Now we're going to go into it, okay? It says like this. ביר הדבר, הנה צריך להבין, תכלית יראת הנשמה לעולם הזה. Why did your soul come down to this world? That the reason why it came down was in order to have an elevation, as is known. What is elevation? Before it went down, it enjoyed the ray of the Shekhinah. Meaning, if your soul in Gan Eden is sitting all day, basking in the light of the Shekhinah, the most pleasurable experience, that you can't even imagine how pleasurable it is. So why is your soul coming down here? What advantage is there by coming down here? It sounds like, are we wasting our time? Okay, fine. So let's see.
Good question. Why are we coming here, in other words?
What is it? Thoughts, speech, and action in the higher worlds, which is Ba'ativ Yitzartiv, which is Bria Yitzir Asiyah. Hashem said, my thoughts are not like your thoughts. So therefore, your way you think is different than the way Machshava is in the world of Bria, for example. He has no comparison to the body. When the worlds come from concealment to revelation, they are called the word of Hashem. That's what it means. I mean, things are coming into revelation, okay?
Well, dvar can also mean a thing.
What is it?
Dvar also means a thing.
That's true, yeah. Okay, fine.
But dvar Hashem shamayim nasu.
Okay, yeah, I mean, let's see, yeah. It means the word.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, when it came from thought into speech, then they created all the worlds that we know. Okay? Okay, fine. Let's go to Var Hashem. Al derech mashal ba'adam adibur megalel zvuto b'tzfune machshavato. When you speak, okay, we got some interesting comments here from the people. It shows what is hidden in the mind. Whatever you're saying was hidden in your mind, now you're revealing it.
The words revealing what's in your head.
Exactly. You're saying things. Yeah, someone says stuff. That's what he's thinking about. Right? That's what he's thinking about, okay?
What's your word?
That's what whatever a person says comes out of his mouth, that's what he's thinking about, okay? So too in the 10 mamaros, when the world is created, there are sayings, mamaros, okay? And combinations of letters that come from concealment to revelation and to create from nothing to something, okay? Hashem could have created everything just with one word. It says in the pasuk, the breath of his mouth is the supernal breath. Zohar says it's one word that includes in it everything, as we say in the morning brachas. This, you know about Baruch Sha'amar, right?
Right.
If you ever learned in the Shulchan Aruch, it talks about how you have to be very careful. It's like every word of Baruch Sha'amar, because the amount of words that it has equals the amount of mitzvahs we could do during Galus. And the way we got the bracha of Baruch Sha'amar, it fell from Shamayim in a petek, and then we have. You ever heard of that? So it's a serious thing. So over there it says Baruch Omer v'oseh, Hashem speaks and does, and it's one mimer. It's one saying. Okay. What do you say?
It has the amount of words of what?
The amount of words of the mitzvahs that we could do in Galus. So I remember in Shulchan Aruch it says it, from what I remember. It's in the beginning, or Chaim. I forget which. Finding Shas Poskim. Okay, now it says Ella Shadibur B'Cholach Mafrid. Have the comments if what happens is that your speech divides up the breath into multiple combinations of letters. Shehem Hem Riboy Tchalkut Olamot. And that's the division of all the worlds, which is thousands and thousands, basically, to the point where there is no end. Okay, if you take Hashem's word and that Hashem's original breath, and that combined into one, let's say one utterance, and that one utterance God combined into 10, and then from those 10 you could basically combine. You have the 231, right? As you see in the Rala Sha'arim, and it's brought down in Chassidus and in Kabbalah. If you take Aleph and then Aleph Bet Gimel, Aleph Bet Gimel Dalet, and then you do all the way to Taf, and then you do it back up, then you get 231. So basically, that's the amount of combinations. There's a certain level of combinations. It's like, and the Zohar talks about also the 120 combinations and the 240. But basically, if you keep on combining it, you basically get infinite amount of combinations, which make infinite worlds. So if you're saying how many worlds are there, the answer is there's infinite amount of worlds. Okay. Because there's infinite amount of combinations that came out of those letters. In Mispar, yeah. And this is what it means. They listen to his voice. The angels. Because they are living and kaimim, they get life force from the Dvar Hashem, from the word of Hashem, which is the aspect what is called Gilui Motzi Pi Hashem Liot Ribu Itchalku B'Nivraim. Hashem's word gets divided to be found by the creations, with the combinations of letters, that they actually are living from that. Okay? Hem b'chirat Hashemot. B'chirat Hashemot called Nivraim, and this is the name of each creation, like we know about Adam Rishon. He wanted to know the name of everything. Why do you want to know the name? Because he wanted to know the combinations of letters that were giving it life force. That's why when you say someone's name, you want to say their full name, not like, you don't want to do the nickname version of it. Because then it cuts the life force, okay, for example. Yeah. Al Shemo, everyone according to his name. We have the camp of Michael, of Michael, and all of the names of the creations to their species, as it says, V'ikra Adam Shemot. Adam called names, and these are the actual names, which means what did Adam figure out? He didn't basically go around Gan Eden saying, "Oh, this is gonna be my pet cow named Gershon."
I was just reading this in the Tikkun Ezra.
Oh, you were?
Someone just told me
About Adam Rishon.
to read, but don't read the names of the Noah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Someone told us just.
That's big, yeah. So basically, he understood the names, which means he saw what was giving them life force, and he was able to call them that thing. Okay, fine. This represents the revealed worlds when Hashem spoke. Yesh almim stimim deloit galin. You have concealed worlds that are not revealed, which are called mekorim almim galim. They are the source of the revealed worlds. Okay. Everything they have in the revealed world, it must be that it comes from the concealed world, okay? Kiniskar b'drashat results, isn't the Chachamim say, you do not have an herb from below, it doesn't have a mazel from above. Hitting it, telling it what? Grow. Telling it to grow, okay? Now, Maila al rum malot. So if you go higher and higher until the highest levels, it says kivom al gvoa shomer v'gvohim aleihim. Okay, there's things above it. So many. Where do you go once you go up and up in the levels? As you start traveling through the worlds, okay, there's infinite levels. So what are you gonna do there? What are you gonna do? Okay, where are you gonna get to eventually?
So this is a Balak standing on top of the grass.
What do you say? It's in the spiritual aspect of it, yeah.
I shouldn't imagine it's just like this Malach without any connection above.
Yeah.
That it's somehow is connected above to.
That's what Balak is.
Yeah, they connect the spiritual. Let's say a blade of grass. So that blade of grass is a spiritual blade of grass in the Olam Asiyah Ruchni. And then in that world, there's an angel that hits it, tells it to grow, and that makes the physical grass grow. Meaning the action that you're doing to make the physical grass grow, that's by putting water and sunlight, is a keli in order for the malach to work. But once in your mind you think that's the main thing, you basically just started avodah zarah. Okay? because you basically
Like
took.
the Yosef somewhere there reflect that we are reflections of upper worlds, of forces above. That's how we exist.
Yeah, that means you have to put your effort. It says you have to put your effort in the ruchnias in order for the gashmis to change. And people do the opposite, and they try to move the gashmis too strong to change the ruchnias. But sometimes the problem is more in the ruchnias. But you have a lot of people that have the opposite problem, that they have the ruchnias, but they don't have the kelim in the gashmis. So then they block it. So they have to. Everyone has their own situation. Okay. Now, Hina Yisrael Alu B'Shabbat, the Jewish people rose up in Hashem's thought. What does that mean? It's the Almin Stim in the hidden worlds. K'mo l'mashal, Moshe was going to tell them. Thought represents helim, concealment of the speech, and the speech that it reveals. The poresh masha machshava, and it basically takes what's in the thought. Masha machshava, whatever you're thinking is one screening. Meaning whatever you actually understood in your thought, like boom, you understood something, and you got something in your thought. So in order to explain that, you need to talk a lot to explain what that original thing is that you understood in your thought. Okay.
Oh, that's what Arizal told.
The dream. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yes, he like slept for
15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Parshat Balak. When it had a double parsha. It was Chukot Balak, right? Wasn't it?
Where?
When he had the dream.
Yeah.
When he had the dream. That's what it says here.
He had a double parsha?
It was a double parsha in Sfat. Okay.
Wow.
The double parsha?
No, not today. But when the Arizal had the dream, the famous dream, I'm pretty sure it was a double parsha of Chukot Balak. I'm pretty sure. Now let's see. Now what is he saying now? By the way, what time is it? Let's just see. Let's just finish this paragraph. The power of thought is very high from the power of speech. That the thought is a garment, the inner garment that's united with your soul. And we know that thought is yesh mi'ayin, ex nihilo, itself. It says in the pasuk, "Vayikra Adam shebal kol behema v'la'of hashamayim." Adam Rishon called all of the animals their names, and to the birds of the sky as well. The birds represent the angels, which says the face of the aryeh, or the face of the lion, and you have the face of the shore, of the ox. And the nesher, you have, what do you say nesher in English? Eagle. And these are the names, okay, of Michael, Gabriel, that they're combinations of letters from them that the God created from the Esh line, from Hashem's word. But it says, Adam, he did not find the Ezer Kenegdoi. He didn't find a helper against him. Okay? Ezer, who b'chinat Shem. Ezer represents the aspect of name. Okay? Even Ezer, right? That's what we learned. That's what we're learning in Shulchan Aruch, and that's what it comes from in this pasuk actually. So Ezer represents the name. As it says, the soul before it came to the world, into the body, is not called the name at all. Because the place that it comes from is from the machshava al min stimin lo yigal. It comes from the hidden place of thoughts that's not revealed. And okay, so therefore when your soul is above, there's no name. But when you say Avram, Yitzchak, Yaakov, when you say add the names of the forefathers, it's talking about when their souls went into their bodies. That's what it says. Echad haya Avraham. He was one. Why? Which means haya shekodem biat neshama legufo haya b'chidat echad. Before his soul came to his body, he was one. Which means in the level of machshava, thought that's united with the soul, and that's the hidden worlds that they united with the Ein Sof, the infinite light of Hashem. B'chidat shekodem bo legilui. Before it came to revelation in the oilamois in the worlds.
Before the souls come in this world,
we all are. We're one. There's no name, such a thing. There's no division of creations. Yo, you're this guy, he's that guy in this separate world. Therefore, inside Adam Rishon there was 600,000 souls in a way of oneness, which means the source of your soul is higher than the differences that are in the creations that we experience now. Okay, tomorrow we'll see what is the af. Okay.